Welcome back to the rest of the story. Well, this is my bottle calf feeding for the year. People have been asking me when we're gonna, if we're going to, put bottle calves in this barn again. This is the first calf we've had in here in probably about, well, it's been a year. I have done the math. I can't justify raising bottle calves right now. I honestly can't tell you if we'll even put bottle calves in here anymore, or again. We have the random ones, like this little turd right here. Those of you that were at the farm day, she's the one that was up in the machine, up by the machine shed, and the sun's shining now, but we had a pretty nasty storm go through. I guess there were two funnel clouds in the area. But the problem is, this barn, which I'm not going to show you that side because it's kind of became a catch-all for the farm day. But the problem is that we put a lot of time, energy, and money into this barn to get it set up for raising bottle calves. And with the assumption, you shouldn't assume, that we'd be able to put bottle calves in here and be able to run through a large number of them and get a bunch of calves through here that way. But the problem with that is I did the math this spring, and prices fluctuate. But as of this spring, approximately, I think it was 6 to 7 weeks ago, we looked into buying bottle calves. They were averaging between $150 to $175 a calf. By the time you figure in vaccinations and the bag of milk replacer that it would have taken to get them to weaned age, we could have went and bought 200 and some, was it 200 pound, 175, 200 pound wean calves for $250. Well, that's what Dad and I were talking about. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to go to all the trouble of filling this barn full and raising calves for the 8 weeks it takes and putting all the extra effort and money into them when you can go buy them for the same price it would take to get them up to that weight anyway. Let's just skip this whole process and just get them in, vaccinate them, and start giving them grain. Feeding cattle, throwing grain is really easy. You get them past this phase, the bottle calves twice a day, milk, grain, everything like that, bedding them down, keeping them clean, keeping them dry, keeping the air running. We can go and get a bunch of wean calves for the equivalent of what it would have taken to raise these anyway, so you're still using, let's just say you're using the same amount of money to do it, but you're eliminating a whole step out of the process. And honestly, the first step is the worst step. First step's the hardest step. So no, I can't say this barn is down and out for the count as far as raising bottle calves. I just can't justify it right now. None of us can. This one, she's in here because she got abandoned. That's what happens with beef cattle sometimes. They go stupid on you. And I had one back when I had my beef herd. I have two right now, but back when I had about a dozen, I had one that she was an awesome cow. Absolutely great. She'd come up to you, she was tame, she's mellow. And that was when Brittany and I first started dating. I think that was our second date. She freshened, and she had a newborn calf. I hadn't even tagged it yet. And the cow went full idiot on that calf. I noticed the calf was underneath the fence towards the road. Okay. Well, I went, it was a newborn calf, pretty easy to work them. So I grabbed him, pulled him back underneath the fence. Well, the cow was up on the hill and she was watching me. All right. Well, she come running down or jogging down, really wasn't that big of a deal. I'm, as far as the confidence level goes around cattle in general, out of 10, I'm probably about an 8.5, a 9 when it comes to being confident around cattle. So I really wasn't too worried about it. Well, she blew right past me like I wasn't even there. She really didn't. She completely ignored me. And I kid you not, in all my years, that is the first time I've seen a cow literally put her head down into her own calf, and she was trying to kill it. She literally put her head down into that calf and had all 4 of her legs off the ground, putting weight, this girl's done, putting weight onto that calf. That was quite the experience, especially for Brittany, because that was, like I said, our second date. And I lost my temper because I had a cow that was beating my prophet to death. So that is also what happened with him. He ended up becoming a bottle calf. He became spoiled. It's hard not to spoil them, and you know, you treat them like pets. And we ended up raising them up to feeder age, and we sold them at 500 pounds. Now, it happens. I mean, this one, she was running around with a cow that was not her own mother, and Ryan, you could tell that she was pretty gant. She started to put on weight. She was kind of small when we got her. We got to get her some grain here, and she'll do really well. So as far as the bottle calf question, I would like to, but I'm not gonna beat myself to death to do something that really isn't gonna get me any farther, as opposed to maybe going a different route. If it was entirely up to me, I may have said this in the past, if it was entirely up to me, I would completely forget the bottle calves. I would go to a beef herd, raise, I'd say 50 head of beef cows, get the feeder calves out of them, raise the feeder calves, breed them so that they calve late March, early April, leave them on the cow all year round, all summer, until the 1st of September. I would wean them off the cows, I would vaccinate them, castrate the bulls, and I would grain them for 60 to 90 days, and I'd sell them late November, right around Thanksgiving. That is myself, what I would like to do. So it's just getting there. But I'm surprised she's staying so quiet. But I gotta get going. I have a few other odd jobs I want to get done before it gets too late. It doesn't seem like it, and I'm probably blinding you guys by looking out the door here, but it's actually 8:30 at night. And with that, I'm gonna get going. Glad you guys tuned in. We are kind of all over the board here lately, and I'm sure you guys are aware of that. And I'm gonna get going. So until next time, take care, take it easy, keep in touch.